So Tom, last question from us. What are the biggest challenges you think are facing the airlines now, and how are they going to survive through this?
Yeah, so the essential problem for airlines right now is cash flow. I mean, it all comes down to cash flow because that's what you need as your lifeline. That's what you need to survive. According to ITA, only a handful of airlines actually have cash flow to last them more than 3 months. The majority of them find themselves so cash strapped that they desperately need either financing from external sources or recapitalization from their existing shareholders or a government bailout. And in some cases, that's not feasible or doable. A bright example of that is Australia, where Virgin was going bankrupt, and Qantas basically said if the government bailed out their competitor, that would be unfair to them. So that goes against free enterprise and free market economy. So um, in other countries, such as this one, in Singapore, we don't have that many local airlines. In fact, Singapore Airlines is it. So letting that company to go bankrupt obviously, doesn't benefit anybody. So the government said that no matter what, they will step in and support the Singapore Airlines and fundraise for it, or actually give immediate financial assistance just to carry them through. Lufthansa in Germany was under the same uh, similar situation, where government basically said they're not going to allow foreign VCs or other private investors to come and scoop up this company while it's having a hard time, and so they supported Lufthansa. In countries like US, that's going to be a little bit more tricky. So there's been a history of government intervention and bailout of the whole entire industry, but that's very, very, very costly and potentially not fair to the taxpayers. Obviously, they will receive some measure of assistance, but I do not expect them to sort of write the blank check for the airlines. So besides from cash flow, what else do we have? Debt. Debt is a significant drag. And in airlines like Garuda Airlines in Indonesia, for example, they had bonds maturing this summer to the tune of $500 million, and the company obviously does not have that much free cash just sitting out there. So in that case, again, government agreed to step in to help Garuda through this crisis, as it has to honor its obligations to pay out those bonds. What happens also with your aircraft orders? So airlines have been busy renegotiating with manufacturers to delay and defray those scheduled aircraft deliveries, because obviously right now they're not needed. So managing debt, reducing debt, refinancing debt, obtaining additional cash, sometimes loans, to carry them through. All of it is being done simply to survive. And as revenue starts to come back, obviously that's going to ease, the chokehold that you have from this tight cash flow. But at the same time, if you accumulate a whole lot of debt at this time, it'll be difficult to sustain those interest payments, and that's going to drag your profitability in the future. So it really is sort of, a catch-22, because you want to survive and you want to be in a good position to compete and have a good cash position going forward, but that's not possible either. So airlines do find themselves in this very, very challenging situation. I really hope that they figure out a way to sort of go through this period. But at the same time, it is up to the government as well to create opportunities as soon as possible for them to resume some operations, because it's really not up to the airlines at this point.
Thank you, Tom. It is very much going to be a tough road ahead as the travel retail industry rebuilds to the levels we've seen in years past. A growth mindset is almost mandatory in today's age. Now, Tom, this has been a super valuable discussion, and we very much appreciate the time and, of course, the trip to Changi Airport, which you made to connect today. Now, I'm personally looking forward to walking those great halls of Changi very soon. Now, folks, that's a wrap from Tom and I on the Spirited Speaker series. So, big thank you for joining us, and cheers.